Here's your live, free, totally truthful review of The Invention of Lying, starring the wonderful Ricky Gervais, Jennifer Gardner, Rob Lowe, Louis C.K., and Jonah Hill. I know, I'm scared too. So enough of that voice. There's two reasons I was really pumped up for this movie. First of all, the trailer looked awesome. I reviewed it, I think, give it a 9. It looked really, really good. The second reason is I have a passionate love for Ghost Town. Not really, but I just love that movie. The music in it, the way it was shot, the directing, the acting was hysterical and sad. It was just such a great movie, and people just didn't give it a chance. And Ricky Gervais takes his first, I think it's his directorial debut. You know, he's done Ghost Town. He's the creator of the English Office, which is what our office is based on in America. And, you know, I really think he took that, the Ghost Town's flop kind of to the heart and tried to make this more commercial. So it takes all the qualities about Ghost Town that were just out there and, you know, different, you know, very smart comedy, and kind of dubs them down to make it more modern. Now, it was not like most comedies today. It was hysterical at times. I mean, this movie, because sometimes I felt like I was watching one of the best movies of the year. Other times I felt like I was watching the most disappointing movie of the year. It's so bumpy because the first 5 minutes I liked. After that, it just kind of, I mean, it was really slow. One thing about this movie, it drags a lot. I mean, if you're going in this movie, just know it's only like an hour and a half. Little more. It just feels like forever though, and because there's these awkward moments of silence in between these people talking, and it's just really uncomfortable at times. And there's really parts with like 20 minutes where there's no laughs, and there's these really hysterical parts. I couldn't decide on this movie. In retrospect, some of the parts I didn't like, I kind of liked more. I just felt like I was overestimating this movie now. I am slightly disappointed, but I didn't really hate it. It's just some parts were just, so as I said, the first 20 minutes are pretty slow. It picks up pace once it gets to its not turning point, but it's when it stumbles upon its actual plot of him inventing this line, which it doesn't stick true to this premise throughout the movie. It feels, I mean, there's a lot of parts, it feels a lot longer, there's a lot to this movie, there's a twist, not really a twist, but an extra added part to the plot I did not see coming, with basically him inhabiting the role of Jesus in the 21st century. There's even a part where he looks like Jesus, and then the next day he kind of looks like Jack Black, but whatever. There's some parts in this movie I thought were hysterical. There's parts where I was just keeling over laughing. Never as funny as he was in Ghost Town. I think she should continue making these written, directed, acted, and produced movies. He's just really got the hang of it. I mean, this is his first try. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't amazing. Jennifer Gardner here, I did really like. The lying things, okay, there's a point where the lying just kind of gets annoying because people aren't just not telling the truth, they're just blurting out whatever comes to their mind, which isn't really what, I mean, they seriously did that for the first 20 minutes, that was all the comedy that was, and it got really annoying after a while, because it wasn't people just not being, I seriously wanted a stressful situation where someone couldn't tell a lie, and they were forced into telling this truth that they didn't want to, but they had to because there was no other way they could do it. But all the people do in this movie is just blurt out whatever comes to mind without any filtering it. It's less of the fact that they can't lie rather than they just won't stop talking. As this Jennifer Gardner did good, Jonah Hill is in there a couple times. He's pretty funny at times. Louis C.K., he's probably one of the funniest people in this movie. There's a lot of cameos. I mean, this movie is just star-studded. They have Philip Seymour Hoffman as a bartender. They have Jason Bateman as a doctor. Who else am I forgetting? I'm pretty sure it's Edward Norton plays a cop. I mean, I love the cast of this movie. People that just make random little cameos that are hysterical. I think it might be Edward Norton. I don't know. He had a mustache. He had the helmet on, so I couldn't really tell, but it sounded kind of like him. There's some really funny and fun parts of this movie. I had a lot of fun with it. They did these great little montages. I thought they put the 10 Commandments on a pizza box, basically. I don't want to give any away the actual funny parts, but I definitely think it's something worth checking out. I am pretty disappointed because I've been disappointed a lot this year. This is one that I'm slightly disappointed as it's not, it wasn't as funny as I thought. Some really awkward parts where I thought I should laugh, but I didn't. And there's a lot of parts where I just laughed a lot. and it's just more serious at times, and I thought there was some really dramatic points that I did kind of choke up at, and so overall, from the bad parts, the good parts do very much overpower the bad parts, and I'm not talking point in comedy, because this does not have as strong as a comedy suit as I wish it would have had, but nonetheless, I'm not going to rate it as much as I laughed, as much as I just thought this movie was good. I've been troubling between, at times I want to give it like a 6.5, at times I want to give it a 9, so I'm going to go, it's in between 8 and 8.5, but because of those 20 minutes where I really laughed and other parts that I just thought were so dramatically good, that I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think it very much deserves that rating. It's a pretty packed weekend, so I'll probably be, I'm trying to see the Toy Story 1, 2, I'm probably going to do the double feature 3D extravaganza. I'll probably try to do a review of that. I want to see Whip It, I heard it was pretty good. I'm freaking excited for Zombieland, and Capitalism, a Love Story got finally wide released where I am, so I'd probably check that out. Among with other things, A Serious Man is in limited release still. So see you guys, and thank you for watching my review of The Invention of Lying. I'm still here. Peekaboo. That's annoying.